All right, you all. I am back, you all. I had to get where I can get where the Wi-Fi connection was better. My apologies. I am back on. Thank you, Miss Logan, for responding. I guess you understood YouTube Live. I know I may have lost some in the midst of this live streaming, trying to wait for it to tune back in. I'm in now. And let's see if it has me tuned in. Let's see. Hmm. There's a problem connecting. All right. We're going to get this. I'm determined. Okay, there we go. Hi. I'm here, y'all. Good thing that I didn't know, you all, that I had a library that was less than 2 minutes away from me. My apologies. I am back on. Thank you. And so I had to act fast because I didn't want to lose that time. I already couldn't make it to my class um, due to having some more work done on my truck. I had to get another tire, y'all. So yeah, being healthy doesn't mean that your tire is going to be healthy. Yeah, so we're going to do this. Even though now we're 30 minutes behind, I was aiming for 6:30, actually 6 o'clock, but had to make sure that we do the on hands work with Wellness Wednesday and catering to some of my elder clients that I have that have chronic illnesses, multiple conditions. That being said, keep Miss T in your best vibration of prayers and meditation for her mind, her body, and her spirit while she battles. I told you guys, this is not easy. It is a lifestyle change. This is not your next diet or fad when we're practicing wellness and truly how to eat to live. There are those you all that know I do practice now a foundation that I learned, I'll say almost about 13 years ago, on how to eat to live. At the time when I was having the class, it was not explaining where the actual information was coming from. Rather had to be very discreet because of our biasness that we have as a people, unfortunately, that believe in different religions and different things. And sometimes, if I'm being honest, a lot of the times, we will not receive information from those who look like us, even though a lot of us come from the same DNA line and link and some of the same experiences, some of the same culture. Unfortunately, we see that um, we struggle, especially when we are looking for us to do this only the American westernized way, and especially when we lack in knowledge that there is other ways to that we must live by that still can be considered healthy for our cellular system and for our overall well-being. We know that we are a part of here in America a industry that is now being fully exposed. There's so much I can't say because, as you all can see, due to I got a strike again out the blue for mentioning for mentioning the power of the colloidal silver that some people, even though it's on the market, most use it to clear the throat for asthma, respiratory issues. I don't know in particular which one, but I think because I don't use enough of consult your physician. Whoever your physician is, we know that we have acknowledged that there are naturopathic doctors and there are wellness coaches and there are therapists, there are MDs, there are all these different fields of wellness that we call wellness, but different ones practice different practices and techniques. None of them promises that your body will be healed. We've already banned from using the term cure. We're banned from that already, so they consider that, to my knowledge, still illegal. And so we can't use that because there's so many of us that have failed and have used the knowledge in an inappropriate way. And because you can't make a lot of money off of sickness if everybody is well. Okay? I believe I can say that and that be true. Um, I don't think I'll get a strike against me for pointing out the obvious. That's why they're fighting in Congress right now about the restrictions of or trying to eliminate dyes and different things in the food. And so today on this Wellness Wednesday, it is set aside for you all for your questionnaires that I can that I'm not allowed to answer because of them constantly banning or someone probably just not liking the information because it has not been given, reporting it, saying that it's medical misinformation, whatever the case may be. The reason why my last one was taken down, bottom line said I put up a lot of information based off of what products can do. And of course, because of the failed internet, I wasn't able to bring out my colon cleanse. I wasn't able to bring out my CMOS that I have that is still going you all for $30. You still have that option. You also still have the option to get $25, you all. Note that the going price for a consultation from a holistic practitioner or wellness coach today is $150. That's the going price. And that, yes, that used to be my price when I was partnering with someone else. However, after COVID, I made the decision that I wanted to bring down the price, not because the quality of the information that I give is not helpful or not genuine. It's because I realized that a lot of us are not trained to invest more in our wellness in a natural way than we are in our shoes, our purses, and other things. And so you have those that say, oh, well, whatever, I'm not going to change my price for anyone. Well, my thing is getting the message out. And if by me accepting less for you all to live or for someone to be inspired to eat healthier or treat your body more better, then I'm willing to take that sacrifice. And as they say, get my reward later or in other ways, just by knowing that you all know that I do love and I do care for you all and my people and those who want to be well. Okay. So for those of you all that ask, okay, what's the update? Because we have a few that's tuned in, please say hi. Let me know where you're from if you feel comfortable with that. So I know you all can hear me and see me because I see now, I do see myself on the stream. And yes, this did get me a bit. I was a little tired because I'm like, oh, look at this, all this for the running I got to do just to get, as you guys see, I do have a chalkboard. So I don't know, I might have to demonstrate some things to you because sometimes when you draw, you can draw some things. Yeah, I might have to do that just to get some message across. I'm willing to, as they say, be as flexible as I need to be in order to get the message across. So, hi, assalamu alaikum, aloha, shalom, ashe, all of the beautiful greetings to everyone. How y'all doing? For this Wellness Wednesday, I'm sure you all can see that it's written all over my face. How I'm like, not again, not again, but it's all right. These type of challenges bring about perseverance in one, and it strengthens the mind. And I was raised that in your patience possess you your soul, but also know that this race is not given to the swift or to the strongest, but to he or she that endures to the end. And so I'm grateful that I'm mentally, spiritually well enough to have a spirit of endurance, an energy of endurance. I don't know how far that stretches, but I can only hope, I can only hope that I'll always have it until my service is done, until my time is done. And that's all I could do. And so I'm just thankful to be before you all and grateful. And I'm really hoping and praying that all of you all are doing well. Those who's tuned in, say hi if you can. Hey, it's Logan. I see a few that's done got a chance to tune in to see that I was able to come in. So greetings to you all as well. Like I said, I do still have the wellness sessions for $25. So you call in, I'm gonna put it into the chat. Um, the to just text in to the 618 number for your $25 session. I may keep it there on it too because I am seeing that there is a rise in the C again. There are a few that's been diagnosed again. All of a sudden, I suppose that what we consider COVID is considered the new type of virus or flu. And so it's already on the rise, you all. So make sure that you boost your immune system. I can say that. Do all that you can to boost your immune system as much as possible. If you notice that you're having aches, pains, headaches, cramping, mucus coming from you, sore throat, and things of that nature, make sure you do your best and staying hydrated. For those of you all that don't have any abdominal issues or have not been diagnosed with things that you notice that's not good for you or that has caused you to feel sick or ill in your body, make sure that you're taking in as much good vitamins, potent minerals that you can, and eating as healthy as you can. Okay, those consultations consist of for anxiety, stress, eating disorders. I also do for even for those family members that's wrestling and struggling with loved ones that have drug addiction, alcohol addictions, you name it. Even marital is involved in that because in order for, in most cases, unfortunately, couples don't start off being healthy and wanting to be well together. It's usually one of the other. And so that usually turns into, oh, okay, I may need for you to explain this to my husband or my wife while I'm present so that we can get on board together and be on one accord with how well we can be or where we can start. And so, again, I have learned down throughout the years, even before working or being associated with being a Muslim girl or a Christian girl, this book was presented to me in a class that I took about 13 years ago. Not the book actually, but the teachings of this. This was not exposed at the time in order for us not to be biased so we can get the good information. And at the time, I was like, okay, well, why do it like that when now I know why. But I'm going to be bold enough to put it out here because we have all these other books that's out there that has nothing to do with your mental health and wellness or teaching us what we are as a people in the culture. However, this is such a small read. Book 1 and 2 is 2 of them, you all. I want to start off by saying that recommending you to either get it and download it on your laptops. You can do the readers. For those who all that don't like flipping pages, go online, look it up, and you can have it read off to you. And then we got book 2. I recommend these. So you see mine is warm because I've been working it. I am working on a version of How to Eat to Live, my book as well, with updated information according that's not in these books, and according to almost 30 years of me practicing and learning what I've learned about the foods that we eat. And so mine would incorporate that and some recipes and some herbs that now that we know or have more research and more of reveal has taken place about what's actually working, what's good, and what has been tainted and what hasn't. I would like to implement that into that book. So on top of the cookbook, there will be a version of the How to Eat to Live coming out soon. And I'm working on that now in one of my courses and classes. So this won't be, it won't take long. There are other versions out, you all, and I do recommend for you all just to get it. And for those of you all that are of our culture, our persuasion as the original Asiatic, Black, or Indigenous people, note that unfortunately we were not fed proper food for those who all that did not have your own farmland. If your family did not have your own farmland or did not use pesticides and chemicals that could cause any forms of illnesses that you all didn't know back then that is very obvious and prevalent now, even to the point to where we have all forms of different documentaries that's out on Netflix, and on these different channels, which I highly recommend some of you all to just get the courage, get the courage. I'm here to motivate too, since I haven't been on for my motivational Monday, but I'm here to motivate you all to go ahead and get some strength, whatever you got to do to get your mind centered and pay attention to what's happening to the foods that we eat. Okay. And so I also want to promote, because I'm hearing more and more about autism being on spectrum. I don't know. I reached out to the dear beloved sister that wrote this book. She's a helper. Um, and Sister Jamaica, I'm praying it and hoping that her family is doing well, her and her twins. I'm highly recommending this. This would be very encouraging, I believe, to all the number of parents that and caregivers that are dealing with young adult children with any kind of disability. Excellent read. She did donate. She did mention me in her book as well, because she's been a client for some years now, and so have her entire family. And and we've made some milestones, y'all. We made it through some milestones. So to where she felt inspired to send me my own 2 copies and a bookmarker and blanket, and so this is just a beautiful soul. So you all keep her in your highest energy and vibration and prayers as well, her and her family, Sister Jamaica. And this is the art of the book, is the disabled twins. You don't have to have twins, mothers and fathers and caregivers in order to learn something from this, or give a copy of it too. It's on Amazon. Give a copy of it to your family members or friends or co-workers that you may know. You just never know how this may inspire them. Her name is Jamaica E. Willard, Willard, for those who probably can't see it well. This is the book. You can screenshot it. Okay. And so those are the books that I wanted to go off of now. I'm going to try to leave room since I got a late start due to poor connection. I want to leave room for you all to ask questions, okay? And so I know some have to catch on to the fact that I'm here. I'm going to be before you for about it. My goal is an hour. Let me see. May go over if there's a question. I'm going to type in what I was trying to do before my connection went out. I'll put the information in the chat bar, and you all let me know if you have any questions for anyone. It does not have to just be for yourself. It can be for anyone. If you want any natural ideas or thoughts or suggestions for any conditions that you, a family member or friend may have. So do it via text, because sometimes the line is extremely busy. Gotta put that in. And give me time. If you don't get your response right back, do like you do when you want that favorite anything that you like, and try again, because it's just me that does the consultation. You will get me for sure. And we can stick to the time zone, because yes, I get so excited and passionate, and because I love and care about you all and your health and wellness, then yes, we can go over sometimes if there's no consultations behind you. We can go over. Don't forget, if you can, do share for those who you think that may be interested in this session. And did I get my charger? Let me get my cell charger here, y'all. Okay, and special shout out to my former client, but now business associate in wellness. I do have an announcement to make. That we will. Did I bring the? Yep, I brought the flyer For those of you all that may be in town, if you're in town, and for those who are here in Missouri or nearby, I encourage you all to send it. It may be on some of the special channels. I know they're going to announce it on the radio. It's going to be a pretty big event by a beloved young sister. I consider her like a niece to me. Um, it's not biologically, but since she's my spiritual sister's niece, you know how we do it, y'all, in our culture. We just claim all the young people, all the children, especially those who are smart and vivacious and trying their best to bring awareness, truth to power. As my newly found godfather like to say, this will be an event that we will be holding here. Let me read it out to you. It's to the sickle cell warriors, sickle cell anemia trait. This will be held on September the 19th, just 2 days after my daughter and I, Jade, which she did suffer from very, very extremely low iron, but due to her other conditions, it was not something that was actually ever really addressed. I had to find out, unfortunately, the last 2 years of her life, just how severe her anemia was. And so this is near and dear to my heart. I have another daughter, which I found out that she was diagnosed as well with it as well. And so this is an issue, though, for our culture, people, and others, but more so for us. And unfortunately, we're finding out more and more by our clients. This is not something that you can look up for actual facts. That's been made a big deal out of for us to actually know that once you have an issue with your white blood cells count being too high, that you could possibly get diagnosed with leukemia, cancer, autoimmune disease, but not necessarily sickle cell anemia. A lot of the fundings I'm finding out through other doctors, because I just had a board meeting a couple of days ago with other MDs and other doctors and wellness coaches that I was invited to by another doctor. And unfortunately, a lot of the fundings is going towards the other ailments that I just mentioned to you, and not enough awareness has been, or enough education to from our experience of 20 plus years of working with our people and a few of the others around the world has been given to us to fully really understand how we can help each other in one, being aware of your white cell blood count or your immune system being weakened due to not eating healthy. And also, of course, environment plays a major role. And also the stress factors, relationships, jobs, and things of that nature can cause her. And so this sister we'll be holding this in 1954 Interbelt Business Center Drive in St. Louis, Missouri. Again, that would be, her name is Nia Tiffany, and we will have special guests. We will have, the event is going to be amazing. We're going to have a walk. It's going to be for the Friday and Saturday. There will be a run and walk, a blood drive. We are working on that too, because we got a lot of good information. And yes, yours truly, I will be one of the ones that's in the workshop, the breakout, doing sessions as well. And so I will be showing this up until September. Up until that date, I will be sharing that information with you all. So I'm really thankful that I was able, and it's even sponsored, believe it or not, the sponsorship of awareness also is sponsored to awareness to American Red Cross. They will be providing some of the information and verifying some of the things that we're saying is true. So there's no need for me to get booted off. Like this is not something that this is not something that is not notable. It's just not enough publicity centered around how this is affecting the quote unquote Black community and those around the world that's not being properly diagnosed or just very unaware, because a lot of us don't know our bodies. They're not aware that you may be suffering with low iron or be deficient in other minerals that can cause your body to have symptoms. And we know there was experimentation that was done years ago on the military, and we know that the acknowledgement has already been acknowledged. The damage that's been done, unfortunately, they had to wait till they were 100 years old. And I think it's only one living of the Tuskegee experiment. Um, but nevertheless, it has passed down through generations. And unfortunately, because there was no education in this particular area of making us more aware of what sickle cell anemia, along with the trait, I am a carrier of the trait, you all, at least I was. And I did not find out until I was pregnant with my son, when I was married and pregnant with my second child at the age of going on 24. I had to think about it. And so I'm 50 now. Think about it. So only half of my life did I know that I had a trait or a condition that could cause my immune system to be weak. And yet we did so much work when we was coming up, and it didn't matter. I too had parents and relatives that taught us that if you don't work, you don't eat. That was not just for a man. That was pretty much for all of us. And so I'm a 70s baby. And so, as they say, a 70 born breed. And so you can imagine just how much we lacked in that information, especially if you wasn't working in that field. So I just want to make sure that I put that information out there so you all know that this is what we will be working on. So anybody who's in the St. Louis area, please feel free to ask me about it if you want to see it again, so that you'll know that we will be there September the 19th. And bring about the awareness. Anybody and everybody is welcome. We will have things for the children to do. We have golf court riders for our elders, exercise for our elders to do. It's going to be an amazing event. Our guest note speaker is one of a kind. She is awesome. Another young, beautiful Black young lady that is really, really, really well versed in educating. We will have testimonials of how to overcome and the factors that play, and how, even if you are a trait giver, how you can feel like you actually have the actual disease if you're not eating healthy and if you're not staying out of stressful situations. So I wanted to make sure that I addressed that. So special shout out to Dr. T for making sure that we do that. And we will be collaborating, you all. There will be healthy items, food vendors, everything out there. Yes, some of the things out there will not be. Dr. Chef is not hosting the food part of it this time, okay? So because there's other people that would be partnering with it, it'll be something there for everyone, okay? And so I just wanted to make sure, because I'm excited about it. I was wondering how long it would take for us to get to a place to where I would get a chance to talk on these matters, seeing that we've lost loved ones, and how serious it is for us to educate ourselves with the knowledge that we need, with all of the information that's out here now. And I know, you all, it can take time, but that's what we are here for. The wellness coaches is here. So I want to make sure that you all get your questions in. That was my announcement. It's right now that I just put in what we have, the $25 session there, and then also products. If you have any questions about any products that you need, please feel free to via text that number as well. Let me know your name, and what time you're available. I'm taking consultations throughout the day, since I'm always on call for who's sick and who's having issues that needs help from a more natural standpoint, okay? And so I'm gonna wait until you guys come on and ask your questions. Yeah, see me, y'all better ask some questions now. This is your free time, because I got a whole lot I could be doing. A whole lot. But I respect and I love those of y'all that reaches out when you all see me for the week and wondering, where is Dr. Chef? And so I hear you. And this is the reason why even though I don't have 1,000 or 1,000,000 followers, I'll still try to tune in when I can. But my first work is hands-on in the community with loved ones, with you all when you call in for your consultation. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Keep in mind that whatever you donate, I will put the Cash App information in there. Whatever you donate to me, keep in mind that um, that goes to making sure that my prices can stay very, very reasonable, even though you're getting high quality service, a lot of service. And those who are tuned in know I'm very detail oriented. I do listen to the things that stress a lot of our people out, because I do know and believe that stress is one of our number one um, ailments that starts within the mind. Whatever you think, we do become. Whatever we think, it has an effect on the nervous system. It can cause issues with us um, with breathing. And when your breathing is off, it affects the heart. When the heart is not pumping properly, you all, after you're not eating well, and then you're in a toxic environment too. My goodness, that's a combination. Not many can live through that. And this is one of the reasons why you hear them say in the medical field that heart disease is the number one killer. It's the number one, still top of the list of diseases, even with the illnesses that's coming up, or what I like to call the pandemics that's coming up, and the viruses that's out here now, which, if you notice, still, it has to affect the heart in some type of way, whether it be through blood clot, whether it be through your oxygen level being off, whether it be through your blood vessels and your arteries getting clotted by too much mucus. It still has to affect the heart and stop blood flow from being able to keep nutrients going throughout your bodies. And so that's something to think about. So, that being said, I'm going to give you all time enough to to ask some questions. We at 7:30 in. I'll probably get about a half and more hour unless we get some more questions. Please send your greets so I know that you're there. And I'm going to find something here to read off here, because that'll keep these from not getting banned, because this book is not banned. It's on Amazon and you can find it. I believe it's still on Amazon. You can find it. And so if they don't allow me to do that, then I know something. Okay. And then, yes, I am aware, you all, of all of the different changes. I don't know if whether or not they have opened up the FDA. I do know I'm hearing about back in June, I believe, June or July, somewhere around there, where they stated that the FDA has been closed down. So no food regulation, no workers there for that. So for those of us who are complaining about what wasn't being done, and how is it that this is getting by them, well, now we have no one unless they have brought them back. Anyone have any more up-to-date information? Let me know. But last I checked, they were still closed, and there's no regulations of our um, genetically modified foods that's being produced all over the world, or at least let's say most parts of the world. Okay. And so that's something to think about, you all. I want to promote gardening. Y'all, let's get back into the gardening field. I want to read something here to make you think about it. For those of you all that say I don't have time, this is a time that, just like when you hire someone to cut your grass, for those of you all who can, might want to hire somebody to come out, get on the Google line, and hire somebody to come out to help you get you a little garden started. And if you don't have the yard, then it doesn't hurt. I'm working on that in my new place as well, to get you your food grower tubes that we have out now. There are tunnels that they have, that you can, the incubators where you can grow your own food. Because that's the only thing that we would need to live by. For those who all that don't know how to fast, if we have blackouts, and if anything catastrophic take place, which we can bank on that, or that's why we can't even bank on it, because they'll be closed. Something to think about. It's better to be prepared. You all have heard me say this a lot of times, than to have to get prepared. Okay. And so storing up on a lot of water, making sure you have those batteries, making sure that you have flashlights, the candles, making sure you have some dry goods that don't take a lot to cook. Okay, so I will say at this time that it is true that I recommend that for those of you all that like to have your natural protein drinks and shakes and dry goods and your jarring and your beans, keep those. Try to get as much supply as you can, months if you can. So you can't get enough of those. And let's say it's just you. Maybe it's just you and there's no one else that you got to think about. You say, well, I don't need all that. It's just me. I could just do 20 jars, so I can just only get a few dry goods. Well, your neighbor may need something, and you never know. They may have something that you need. So now you can barter. And I recommend us to start doing that now, especially for those of you all that know that you have neighbors that have gardens or family members that have gardens that's not using things that can cause the fruits and the vegetations to be tainted with things that can cause different ailments, meaning all natural foods that's actually natural. We got enough dealing with the air quality, you all. So why not go the extra mile? Think about it. In other parts of the country and all over the world, there are walking miles just to get cornbread, just to get rice. In Burkina Faso, you all know the phrase is going around with the young president that's there and the black young brother that's doing his thing out there with trying to renew their part of their country. That's not considered to them. That wasn't considered a high-end uppity or no high quality place at all, even though they have resources. But that's a perfect example. What is having resources? What is having gold? What is having good soil if you don't have people to work the land? If you don't have people that's able to take and use it and grow it or use it to liquefy it for the betterment of the people? What good is it to have money and you never share it to spend? You never give it to charity. You never use it to give to the poor. You never use it to do what is good for yourself and for others. It is of no good. It is of no use, right? It is of no value at that point. So this is what I recommend. And so I'm going to go in here and give a stat right fast before I go into this book. And I'm looking for questions, you all. Don't be shy. Y'all can ask a question. Whatever question or concerns that you have on your heart. I'm going to go in and find. I'm going to go in and find information. That young sister, she's another wellness coach. Beautiful sister. She was in one of our events. She was in one of our events not long ago here. And make sure I get her name in here. And I want to read off what she put in there so you all can see the stats and where we stand now. Okay. So while I'm waiting, I'll be checking to see if there's any questions because I don't have long, you all. I'm just glad I was able to come back after that connection. Okay, so let me go in here because I just shared it. I was just looking at it. There we go. There go my beautiful sister. Just love her spirit. She has a very good, hard-working spirit. To be such a young lady, she went to the same school as my daughter. And I believe they were graduating at the same time. Well, she graduated a little bit before my daughter. And she just posted a post. Y'all feel free. She sells herbs and things. I purchased some last year, the early part of last year or the year before, and I've showcased some of her herbs. And for those of y'all that's been following, her name is Ariana Blakemore. And this is her. Let me make sure I get her page so you all can see it. For those of you all that's on Facebook, this is her. Okay, can you see her? It's called Ancient Living Roots. And you all saw that. Well, she just posted, and I just talked to her. I just see her such a beautiful young little sister, and I'm so proud of her. She just came back from Cuba, from learning even some more about agriculture and the natural things that we need to do. And we're going to be working together and hopefully we will be able to air that, and you all see us getting our hands and our dirts, our foots on the ground. Y'all, they talking about the song, the boots on the ground. Oh no, we finna put some boots on the ground, all right. And we ain't gonna be talking about some word them fans that we finna be fanning ourselves while we working that field. Do you hear me? That's the only fan that matters now today, and you all are getting ready. We all are getting ready to see very, very soon. Okay, so I'm going to read off what she had posted here because I found this to be very helpful, and I just saw it less than about 30 minutes ago, right before I came on. It says in 1920, nearly 14% of U.S. farms were Black owned. Over 1 million farms across this country. Today, less than 1.4 of farmers are Black. Mm. And they own under
Attention library
1%
now 7:40.
of U.S. farmland.
The public computers will
This,
shut down in
di-
10 minutes.
oh, y'all
Please
only
let us
got
know
10
if you help
minutes.
find any
Okay.
information or
Oh,
materials you
no,
need.
that's their computers. Mine is still going. This didn't just happen, it came from land theft, discriminatory lending, systematic racism, and economic barriers that stripped away not only farmland, but also generational wealth, food security, and community resilience. But this isn't only a story of loss, it's a call to action. And so we have here where she just posted where they have the Black decline, the decline of Black farmers. And so she's urging us, you all, like I've been saying since I've gotten here, to start farming again. You don't have to have a whole acre. You don't have to have it. You can have just a quarter lane. It can be your backyard. We should want to give a special shout out to my cousin Adrian. I saw him post his little like he just had just a little carved off little space, and I was so proud. He had his plants growing. We got plenty of sisters that I know that have their farmland, and I can't wait to get mine back up and going and share it with you all as well. Please like and share if you're able to. You see, and so it says. You see once again. Okay, so I have about 7 more minutes, you all. And then I also discovered too, you all, for our women that's suffering from menopause, how helpful it would be if you all start eating okra. I know that I've been eating it for this past week. I used to didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest because the slimy taste in there. Even though my great aunt, yes, I said it right, my great grandmother's oldest sister, Aunt Janie, when she lived into her 90s, she used to have us picking the okra and picking them and chopping them. And so when I would see the slime, I didn't like it. But oh my goodness, the when I tell you the benefits of okra being so healthy and so good for us, man, I cannot stress how I felt this past week eating it twice. Um, and you can do some things with it. So let me see. I'm gonna make sure that I look at this, so you guys can see how big this okra turns into. Y'all know okra. Some of our people that are there's a mature version of it, and there is, y'all see, and there's the baby version. I recommend it for our sisters that saying they have hot flashes. Okay, I recommend it for those you know that say you have hot flashes and that you're dealing with menopause. I recommend it. Hey there, Brian. Here, it's good to see you. I ate okra raw off the stand. Ooh, no, you're good to help me. Thank you so much for supporting me there. You all, unfortunately, I only have like about 8 minutes left. I was due to be in here at 6:30, but due to the connection, which still puts me close to that hour, but I will be looking forward to tuning back in, possibly Friday, since it's more closer until we get the other internet working well in the space that I had. Okay. And so I just wanted to make sure that I tuned in and didn't give up when I had that as a connection issue. And once again, I want to make sure that even though I didn't get a chance to dive in there like I wanted to, we're going to remember the sickle cell anemia, walk and run and blood drive that we'll be having September the 19th with other doctors. I will be on the panel with other wellness doctors and other physicians and those who work in the health field. We will have a breakout session. It will last for a Friday and a Saturday, where we will have a workshop, and I will be teaching during that time.
It is now
And so
7:45. The library
I
will
got
close in 15 minutes. The
15
phone
minutes.
computers will shut down in 5 minutes.
Okay, y'all, I got 5 minutes
Information
to share
or video
something with you
CDs.
all. I'm gonna utilize that 5 minutes. What I would like to encourage you all to do before we get to a place to where we are in the place, and that's for those who are not too deficient that can afford to do it, that's not suffering from malnutrition. Let me put that disclaimer on there. Whoever your physician is, make sure you consult them and make sure that you're not low in iron and you're not low in vital nutrients that you need before you do this, okay? Because for some that unfortunately are on things and drugs that are not good for their system, this may not work. You may have to have a bit more until you get to the stage, but I'm going to encourage you all to do one meal a day. Because this is going to be so vital when there is food shortages all over this country. If you start now, you don't have to worry about the extra stress and anxiety when we are forced to have to do it, okay? And this is the reason why I can't stress enough for us to store what we can in jarred food, dry foods. And I will be constantly mentioning that, seeing that we are approaching what we call the quote unquote flu season, okay? And all of the different things that I use and that I can recommend for an immune booster for you all. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. So I appreciate you guys' support. And so I just want to make sure that I gave you all something. It says that fasting is a greater cure for our illnesses. So when you don't know what to do, you can fast, but make sure that you keep your bodies hydrated. For those of you all that have other things that you could take for your system, I recommend you to do so because we are getting really, really close to another pandemic, you all. And so I will be tuning back in. My goal would be to tune back in to you all this Friday, is what my goal would be. And then I will tune in. So you all just stay tuned. Just stay tuned and know that I love you all. Don't forget you have your $25 deal still going on for your session. And I still have colon cleanse, sea moss package of some of the most potent to help you all cleanse out your system for this next shift in our seasonal fall and winter, well, autumn, fall, and winter, which we all know that is the time that we have all of these issues with the immune system breaking down. So just know that I love you all, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful evening, okay? And so, peace. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here, y'all. I gotta get out of here. I'm so glad I didn't give up. Okay. Bye-bye. Remember, be healthy more in 2025, and let's strive and thrive to be the best that we can be always, okay? Okay. Got